In 1912, Charles and Willa Bruce purchased 2 parcels of land in the city of Manhattan Beach.
It was along this sandy stretch that 2 33 by 100 square foot plots were once owned by Willa and Charles Bruce.
During that period of time in America, there was nowhere on the West Coast where African Americans could actually enjoy the water or the ocean. Over the years, the property became a restaurant, a dance hall, so it was a very, very popular place for people to be, and it was very lucrative for the Bruce family, as it turns out.
Because of their popularity, they faced violence and threats, a lot of opposition to the growing Black community there in Manhattan Beach.
There were attacks by the Ku Klux Klan. A fire was set under the porch of the facility. There were attacks on the various patrons that came there, fights on the beach, tires were slashed. They put in 5-minute no parking signs, so you only had 5 minutes to park there and then you would get a ticket.
This didn't happen in Mississippi or Alabama. This was here in Los Angeles County.
The Manhattan Beach City Council decided that they were going to use eminent domain to take the property from the Bruce family under the guise that they were going to put a park there.
But the land then sat vacant for several decades. At the time, there were very few places that Black families could go and enjoy the ocean, and its loss was devastating.
The Bruces took them to court, lost their entire fortune fighting to get their property back. They died destitute. This is a scar that's been on this family for 98 years. Their lives would have been totally different. They would have probably been multimillionaires by now.
You actually see the impact of that eminent domain action today in the city of Manhattan Beach. Black residents only make up 1% of the city. There's very little affordable housing. A group of moms came together in the wake of the Black Lives Matter uprisings in June 2020, and they learned about the history of Bruce's Beach. And one of the moms, Kavon Ward, decided to organize a Juneteenth action at the park to raise awareness about this history, which people had forgotten even though it was in plain sight.
It's one of the most renowned beach communities on the West Coast, as Manhattan Beach offers 2 miles of sandy shores and multi-million-dollar homes.
Then someone said that Kavon should reach out to Public Counsel because we are one of the few civil rights organizations that has land use expertise here in Los Angeles.
Public Counsel was invaluable to us. They were the first to believe that we could possibly pull this off.
When the family came to us, they were very clear about their goals. They wanted to get their land back, and they wanted restitution from the city of Manhattan Beach for economic losses that had happened.
Area realtors told us that today, their plots would be worth about $20 million.
It was very clear we were going to need a range of skill sets in order to help the Bruce family. We turned to Kirkland Ellis because that is a firm that always brings their resources to the table. The next step was, in order to ensure that the property was rightfully returned and in a manner that could not be later challenged. And that's when we turned to George Fothery.
What was very powerful and fulfilling for me, especially as a Black lawyer, was this was an opportunity to really marry my personal values and commitments with the skills, training, experiences, not only that I've got, but to leverage the platform of my law firm.
There was this collective voicing that said, I don't care what else is on my plate. We must come to the aid of the Bruce family. We have to make this right. We have to get this property back to them.
The Bruce family was robbed of their land. They were robbed of their business. They were robbed of their legacy, but most importantly, they were robbed of their dignity.
Today, the county announced it plans to give it back.
The county isn't gifting anyone anything. The county is returning property that was inappropriately taken.
The day of the public ceremony where the county was officially returning the property to the family, I'll never forget the experience of being there and having the deed returned. This was a case with no precedent. And what I'm excited about, what I'm proud about, is now we've done it. Now people don't have the excuse of, that's never been done before, we can't do it.
The Bruce story is not unique.
Justice has been a long time coming. I hope that it can be a blueprint for the future.
There's a way to work in this system and to fight this system and to get results. I feel empowered right now. We're the first black family in America to ever get land returned to us that was taken in that manner. So it's an historical moment, and we have the blueprint on how to get it done now.